physics director vision, and I have to be ready when the manager is ready. So let's get going, guys. Let's talk about the physics of wealth, and I'm gonna move on quickly. So, as let me just read, and then I'll talk at the same time. As a trillionaire fire operating in the house of the commander, I love that you asked this. This is the most powerful, one of the most powerful distinctions in the entire AI trillionaire framework. So AI trillionaire is the framework that I work with, and it's something that I have the vision and I have the understanding. Right now, we've been focusing a lot on Elon Musk and him being a trillionaire in June. So most people use the word strategy or tactics when talking about business, but strategy is subjective. It's based on opinions, trends, and guessing what the market might do. Physics is absolute. When we talk about physics of wealth in this blueprint, we are talking about two very specific ways. Number one, literal physics. You cannot argue with an atom. And I'm going to say number two. Number two, metaphorical physics. The laws of motion in business. So again, we're going to talk about the physics of wealth. Let me read some of this, and then I'm gonna get out of here. All right, guys. So thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. It's Greg Reese on the VIP Guide channel. So the literal physics, you cannot argue with an atom. In the business world, people are bound by the middle static, the assumptions of how much things should cost based on how they've always been done. Musk looks at actual literal physics to build wealth. If an aerospace engineer tells him a rocket part costs $100,000, Musk looks at the physical atom weight of the aluminum, titanium, and the carbon fiber required. He sees the raw materials only cost $2,000. The remaining $98,000 is just human inefficiency, bad engineering, or bureaucracy. By forcing his teams to build based on the laws of physics rather than the laws of aerospace industry, he creates a massive, unassailable profit margin. That is the literal translation of physics into wealth. And there you go, guys. So number two, the metaphorical physics, the laws of motion in business. At the AR trillionaire level, wealth creation is governed by immutable laws of force, leverage, and momentum. Inertia. Legacy companies like old automakers or old aerospace makers, airplanes, whatever, are massive bodies at rest. They cannot pivot fast enough to survive the AI revolution. Velocity and acceleration. The algorithm, Musk's step five, is entirely about speed. The faster you iterate, the faster you capture data. The faster you capture data, the smarter your AI becomes. And gravity, the the minimal viable ecosystem, the Muskoverse, creates its own gravitational pull. Once somebody buys a Tesla, uses Starlink, and engages on X, they are locked into Elon Musk's orbit. So hopefully you're following me, guys. Right now we're talking about the physics of wealth. Number one, the literal physics. You cannot argue with an atom. Number two, the metaphorical physics, the laws of motion in business. Okay, here we go, guys. Number three, the shift from lightweight to heavy tech. The software era of the 2010s was about moving pixels on a screen, dating apps, and social media. It was lightweight, but to hit the 1 trillion mark, you have to have more, you have to move mass. You have to bend the physical world. You must conquer energy grids, launch physical rockets, and build humanoid robots of steel and silicon. You have to fuse AI with the physical world. And that's number three. So what we're going to do, this is a perfect mindset shift to drop this on your audience during the broadcast. And again, I told you guys, sometimes I'm reading something that was written for me. Uh, Drop the center, but that's how it goes. Right after you explain the first principles, look at the camera and say, there you go, guys. So I'm not going to look at the camera and say because I am reading, but bear with me. We're talking about the physics of wealth. People ask me all the time, why do you call it the physics of wealth? Why not just call it business strategy? Because strategy is an opinion. The physics is an absolute law. Elon Musk doesn't care about Wall Street opinion of what a battery should cost. He cares about the atomic weight of the lithium and the nickel. He builds businesses based on the absolute laws of physics, stripping away all the human BS and inefficiency in the middle. When you align your business with the undeniable laws of leverage, speed, and energy, wealth isn't a guess anymore. It becomes a mathematical certainty. And that's one thing, too, that I've been learning as I've been doing a lot with AI. We need things to be careful. I told you I do lives anywhere, and we don't know what's behind me. So, hey, I want y'all to tell me if something's behind me. But as I've been learning about AI, more about AI, it's about mathematical certainties. It's about having things in order, writing things down, and following these certain laws. Okay, so that's what it is, guys. Now, we're not going to stay on here too long because, like I said, I'm moving today, going back and forth. I'm in San Diego now. I'm about to either go to LA or back to Upland, California. So here we go, guys. A little bit more on the physics of wealth. The physics of wealth, operating beyond business strategy. The AI Architecture's Guide to Immutable Laws. In the pursuit of unthinkable wealth, the most dangerous word you can use is strategy. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I'm going to continue to use the word strategy. I understand what it's saying it is, but we're going to continue to use the word strategy, but we're also going to look at the physics of wealth. Physics is absolute. When an AI architect builds an empire, they do not rely on strategy. And I understand that. They rely on the physics of wealth. This is the fundamental understanding that the massive $1 trillion value is not created by chasing digital trends. That's one thing I have to really learn because I have been chasing digital trends. You can even see on this channel some of my past things chasing digital trends. And that's why I came up with the AI Trillionaire because that's definitely not an AI trend. It's not a digital trend. Digital trends. By aligning your business with the immutable laws of force, mass, and thermodynamics, the atom reality, the atomic reality. So to transition from a millionaire playing in the software era to an AI trillionaire dominating the physical AI era, you must master wealth generation in two distinct categories. Number one, literal physics, bending atoms, managing thermal energy, and reducing the cost of raw materials, the physical hardware and energy required to run AI. Number two, the metaphorical physics, applying the laws of motion, gravity, momentum, and velocity to the architecture of your business ecosystem. And back to Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the ultimate executioner of this framework, but he is not the only one. When you look closely at the most powerful companies on earth, you realize they are all operating on these same laws of physics. He's just the one that's closest to a trillionaire as we know it, but he's not the only one. Let's see. Here's how the physics of wealth is actively being weaponized by the undisputed titans of the modern economy. Here's case study one, Amazon, the physics of friction and gravity. Before Amazon retail was a strategy game, stores competed on the end caps, displays, branding, and local advertising. Jeff Bezos did not play strategy games. He played the physics game. Get that? Jeff Bezos played the physics game. He focused entirely on the physics of friction and gravity, the laws of friction, the law of friction. In physics, friction is the resistance that one surface or object encounters when moving over another. In business, friction is the time and effort it takes for a customer to get what they want. Bezos relentlessly eliminated physical and digital friction. He introduced one-click ordering, digital frictionless movement, and then spent billions building out physical fulfillment centers to shrink the literal geographical distance between the product and the human door. He didn't just write a better shopping app. He bought Kiva Systems Robotics to automate the physical movement of inventory across warehouse floors. He fused AI with physical logistics to ensure a package could move from shelf to your house in 12 hours. And that's it, guys. That's what Jeff Bezos did. The law of gravity. In physics, mass attracts mass. The larger the object, the stronger its gravitational pull. Amazon built massive infrastructure, first in physical warehouses, then in digital infrastructure with Amazon Web Services, AWS. AWS required such a massive physical footprint of servers, cooling systems, and power grids that no startup could ever replicate it. Amazon created so much mass that it developed an inescapable gravity. Today, even Amazon's Firecrest Retail, I'm not saying that correctly, but I'm saying Firecrest Retail competitors are forced to pay AWS to host their websites. They are locked in Bezos' orbit. So there you go, guys. Case study 2, NVIDIA. The thermodynamics of the AI era. If you want to understand the base layer of the 5-layer AI ecosystem, you must look at NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. He did not build the world's first most valuable company by writing a better large language model. He built it by mastering thermodynamics and parallel processing. I want you to hear that. Okay, I'm also checking to see if we have to go, guys. So bear with me. The sun is beaming down, and I'm here because I want to get this out on live today. And I want to show you that I'm going to stop wherever I am. If I have some time, we're doing it live. So let me say that again. CEO Jensen Huang did not build the world's most valuable company by writing a better large language model. He built it by mastering thermodynamics and parallel processing. The literal heat of computation. As the world demanded more complex graphics and eventually artificial intelligence, traditional CPUs, central processing units, hit a physical wall. They could only process tasks sequentially, and pushing them harder created too much thermal energy. They would literally melt. NVIDIA, they designed a GPU, graphic processing units, that could process thousands of calculations simultaneously. Parallel processing. The ultimate choke point today. Companies like OpenAI, Google, and Meta are locked in a bloodbath over software. But software is just a hallucination if it doesn't have physical hardware to run it. Though, I want you to look that up because it has certain meanings. But software is just a hallucination if it doesn't have the physical hardware where to run it. NVIDIA controls the literal physical engines of the AI revolution. They sell the heavy physical superchips like the H100 and the Blackwell. They require massive liquid cooling systems and gigawatts of power to operate. NVIDIA's wealth is rooted in silicon, copper, and heat. Disparation. With separation. Got to read that word. They are the ultimate proof that whoever controls the literal physics of compute controls the digital future. I'm going to say that again. They are the ultimate proof that whoever controls the literal physics of compute controls the digital future. And that's NVIDIA. So case study 3. I'm not really familiar with them, but we're going to talk about them anyway. And this will be the last case study here today. TSMC, the atomic Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company, is the most critical company on the planet. And their entire wealth is built up on manipulating reality at the atomic level. The physics of nanometers. While app developers argue about user interface, TSMC's engineers are fighting the laws of quantum mechanics. They manufacture the chips designed by NVIDIA, Apple, and AMD. Now that's some power, guys. That's some power. I want you to think about that. They manufacture the chips that's designed by NVIDIA. And we just saw how much power NVIDIA has in the AI infrastructure and in the AI revolution. So the physics of nanometers. Here we go. Currently, TSMC operates at the 3 nanometer scale. To put it in perspective, one strand of human DNA is about 2.5 nanometers wide. TSMC is printing billions of transistors into pieces of silicon at the scale so small that the physical rules of electricity start to break down. The unassailable moat. TSMC's wealth is entirely derived from its mastery of literal physics. You cannot disrupt TSMC with a clever market. Hmm. Let me say that again, guys. Bear with me. The sunshine and everything. So you cannot disrupt the TSMC with a clever market campaign or a new app. To compete with them, you need $20 billion to build a single physical fabrication plant. And you need decades of institutional knowledge in materials, science, and photolithography. Because they mastered the atomic layer of the tech stack, every major AI player on the earth is entirely dependent on their physical manufacturing. Now that's talking about the physics of. That's really heavy. So the AI architect directive. When you look at Amazon, NVIDIA, and TSMC, the pattern becomes undeniable. $1 trillion fusion is not the Silicon Valley buzzword. It is the raw mechanics of universe applied to commerce. Amazon controls the physics of logistics and gravity. NVIDIA controls the physics of compute and thermodynamics. TSMC controls the physics of silicon and atoms. Elon Musk controls the physics of aerospace, energy, and labor. The lesson is absolute. If your business model can be copied by 3 kids in a dorm room writing code over the weekend, you're playing a lightweight game. You're operating in the middle static. And again, don't ever take it away that, don't take from me when I say what they're doing, you still can't build with an app. Because I know we are starting at a different level than they are. But just giving you information and comparing when I talk about that. And you want to have that moat. You want to have something that people can't take away from you or compete with you. You want to have something different, guys. That's what we need. We need something different. To build an empire of unthinkable wealth, you must anchor your vision to the physical world. You must find the friction in an analog industry, apply the massive velocity of artificial intelligence, and scale it until you create your own gravity. You hear that, guys? I wish I could read that with my glasses off because all of this shade is doing something. So let's see if I can read this again. To unthinkable wealth, you must anchor. Thanks, guys, for coming in. You must anchor your wisdom. I'm not going to do it without my glasses. You must anchor your vision to the physical world. You must find the friction in analog industry. Apply a massive velocity to artificial intelligence and scale it until you create your own gravity. That's what you have to do, guys. Create your own gravity, and you can do it. That's the physics of wealth, creating your own gravity. Do not strategize, architect of physics. Do not just strategize. Let me tell you, I'm going to keep strategizing. I understand that that's the trend. I understand that's what other people are doing, but do not strategize. And what was that last thing, guys? We got to get it. So it made me go back, but there we go. But you get what I'm saying, guys. Don't just strategize. Anchor to physics, the physics of wealth. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. And I'm about to get back on in the car and should be driving to either LA or Upland, California. It's so amazing out here in California, guys. And it's been an amazing journey. What I do out here, just so you can understand, is my cousin has a petition company, or however he calls it. I call it an empire because I've seen it working, and I do a lot of driving for him. So it's amazing. And I went to Gemini. I said, "What would you call what I do? What I do?" And they said, "I'm a director of logistics and something." And I thought of all the things I do, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm hurrying up and waiting because my cousin is inside. He's counting signatures and verifying signatures. And once he comes out, we're either going to LA for a turn in, or we're going to Upland for more work. And if you want to understand what we do, I'll share it with you a little bit later. I got a download coming out. Let me give you a little piece of it before I go. Thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate you. And I'm going to give you a little piece of what I have here before you go. Just tell you, because I'm going to actually make a PDF, because there are going to be a lot of campaigns this year. This is an election year. Let's see. This is an election year. And so I'm setting something up to where, thank you so much for coming in, guys. And thank you so much. Hi. And so thank you for working with me. I said, I gotta read this stuff quickly. I got sun in my eyes, but I want to do that. So what I'm putting together, and I'll make sure you have access to it, a link or something for free, is the Director's Field Manual, Strategic Logistics and Field Operations, VIP Guide, AI Trillionaire Brand. And I just talk about some of the things I do. Let me give you a quick bit. If you ever decide to do it, they have major campaigns, I believe, going on in Nebraska, Colorado, Washington, probably Florida. This is a midterm, so it's going to be a lot of them. California. Hey, thanks for coming in. I want to give a shout out to Susan, Melanis son. I'm sorry about that, Susan. I'll give a shout out to Susan. But California is closing up. I don't know if they'll have any more this year, but you can do this anywhere the petition goes on. So give you this before I get out of here. The core definition, the force multiplier. You're not a driver. You're a strategic infrastructure. Your role is to move human maximum leverage. While others see a commute, you see a path of most prosperity. You provide the foundation upon the VIP guide, which the empire has built. So there you go, guys. A lot of stuff I'm going to do. I'll make sure you get the blueprint. And again, mine is not the money maker. The blueprint is actually the petitioners. And, for me, I petition a little bit, so I might get a little bit of money. My cousin, they petition a lot, so they get a lot of money. So whichever one you want to do is up to you. And I appreciate you for coming out here with me today, guys. I'm going to post this, and I'll shoot out some shorts. And again, Susan, thanks for coming in. Melanie son, Melis son. Susan Mellison, thank you so much. And whoever came in today, I appreciate you. It's Greg Reese all day. Thank you.